Here's another day on the ricskiff. I haven't done a whole lot. That's going to be my top floor. This is the one I had glued up in the last film. It was up in the garage on the floor. Brought it down. I had to go buy another sheet of foam, so I got 5 sheets of foam to build this boat. And like $28 plus tax a sheet. And here are my runners that I'm putting on here. Got 2 of them. It's kind of like the bona fide 127, SS 127, whatever they call it. Similar, I mean not exact, but anyway, you got pontoon type, catamaran style. It's put together, in case any of you wondering, with Gorilla Glue. It's not cheap, but it really works. Make sure you wear rubber gloves when you're using it, because if it gets on your fingers, it won't come off. You just SOL have to wait on it to wear off, and it turns kind of a dirty brownish black when it starts drying, and it won't wipe off. So don't even attempt it, you're wasting your time. And the Gorilla Glue expands. You can see here. I just set this on here. It hadn't been 5 minutes, and it's starting to swell up. That's the only negative thing about it, but it's solid. When it's through, it's there. You have to put weights on it. And here's the barbecue skewers like you get at the Walmart. That's where I got those. And you have to pin these pieces together, kind of hold it. Otherwise, when this starts expanding, if you don't have the weight, well, even with the weight on it, it'll do it. But if you don't have them pinned, they'll shift. So you can see I have these pins up and down through here. I learned that the hard way. So just a word of advice. If you go to build one of these, put these pins in it when you glue the pieces together, even the little small rails. If you don't, even with the weight on it, you come back and it's going to be shifted all over the place. I had that happen to me. So that's a word of advice. My next step will be to flip this over and take this piece and glue on top of it. And my other boat only has 1 2-inch layer on the bottom, and then my sides came up. The only downside with that, I couldn't put scupper holes in it because the water level was about where the top of my floor was. So if I'd have put scupper holes in there, the inside of my boat would have stayed wet all the time. So that's why I put 2 layers, give it 4 inches plus the runners. So I should be okay. Plus the back of the boat's gonna be open anyway. So it'll be several more days before I get another video out, because we're getting ready to ride down to the beach for the weekend. I got to do some measuring on my other boats for the motor mounts and stuff I didn't do before I left, and left my sander down at the beach. And your palm sander, you definitely need a palm sander with some 80 grit sandpaper to do the shaping. I have a belt sander with 80 grit and 60 grit, but the palm sander, you can get it, do a little bit more shaping with it in the smaller areas. That's it now until I get it flipped over. Like I say, it might be 3 or 4 days or 1 day next week before I get something else put up. But it'll start looking like a boat next week. Right now it doesn't look like much because I hadn't really been working real gun-ho. I've been out here maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that, just playing with it. Because it took me a little longer to get my 2 little sponsons, or whatever you call them, floats, lined up and cut out and all that, because the boat's much longer than 1 sheet. So I had to kind of piece them together and all. Okay, that's it till the next one.